Okay, so let's start. So thank you so much for joining me today again. I'm sure you're all wondering where the house market currently stands, and after such a long battle with COVID-19. I will be going over the past, present, and future, state of the market, and hopefully take some stress off your shoulders. Also, please feel free to ask any question in the comment or chat section, and I will answer them towards the end of the webinar. Okay, now let's get started with some local data to give you an idea of how the market has been flowing for the last 3 months while we deal with the complication of the COVID-19. So I would take you go back to look at the past 3 months, the data in the area. We picked the 4 areas, including like Los Altos, Mountain View, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara. These are like 4 very high demand areas. Let's go start with the Los Altos. Okay, sorry, can you hear me now? Good. Okay, so now let's look at the Los Altos. So for Los Altos, the inventory from the March is like you see them from March, April, May, June, July, August. We put these months. So starting from the March when the COVID things happened, the market is so the active listing in Los Altos, there's only 30 active listings, and the median selling price is 3.25, which is not too bad. But the price dropped down when it went to April, because you see the inventory gone for 38. It's nothing related to new active listing. I think the inventory go for 38 because there's some of the listings set on market and couldn't sell things after the COVID things happened. And that's caused the active listing pump up a lot to go for 38. But the median selling price dropped down to 2.745. So you can tell the COVID things hits the Los Altos market pretty badly. From 3.25 dropped down to 2.745. But then after April, starting from May, actually the market is starting tipping up. And the price starting from 2.98 and gone for 3.35. So now end up by August, the Los Altos market now this month has 34 active listings, and the median selling price go for 3.31, which is a little bit slightly over the higher than the March when the price was average median price was 3.25. That's Los Altos. Oh, okay. Sorry. And now let's look at the Mountain View one. So the Mountain View in March, when the COVID things just happened, there were 25 active listings on the market, and the average selling price for 2.134. But then down to the April, there were 32 active listings. As I said, there's some inventory left over from March and dropped down to April. So the property taking longer time to sell. And then of course the average, the median selling price go for 1.88, which is dropped down compared to March 2.134. But then after the market turned into May and June, May has a really low inventory, go for only 30 active listings, but the price came back to 2.075. And then the highest selling price right now in August go for 2.5 million, which is a way over than the March before the COVID things happened. So you can tell the Mountain View market actually they pick up pretty fast and it's recovered really well. Now let's look at the Sunnyvale. So the Sunnyvale in March, the market has 32 listings, and the average selling price is 1.97. And the April doesn't hit the market too bad. So in April, the Sunnyvale market still stay for 1.95, which is only 20K difference. It's nothing. But the price in August shows for 1.875. I like to talk about these numbers. So for Sunnyvale, this is a very special area because Sunnyvale is a big city, and they have a different parcel of of the area, the neighborhood. They have a 94087, 94086, 85, and 89. So basically, the 87, 86, the things going really well because most of the 87, 86 neighborhood has the school district. So people buying that area, they have a high demand, but inventory was super low in these two areas. But back into the 94085 and 94089, the inventory after COVID actually pumped up and the market kind of slowed down. So these two areas drag the whole Sunnyvale numbers down. So the inventory you see in August go for 49 active listings on the market. Compare with June, like there were 53 active listings. Actually, the inventory dropped down, but the price in June, the average selling price is 1.925. But back into right now, the market is go for average selling price is 1.87. So, but to my understanding, the Sunnyvale 94089 and 94085, the market does slow down a little bit. Especially for 8.9. 8.5 depends on the property. If the moving condition property were still selling with multiple offers, go fast within a week, but a property with a bad location or the condition is not good, it take a longer time to sell. But back into the Sunnyvale 94087, which is with the really good 10-score schools, everything goes super fast. The bidding war is out there. And the whole Sunnyvale market in 94087, especially with the schools, 10-score schools, everything goes very, very fast and with high demands. Competition is very hot there. So that's a special, a little bit different in Sunnyvale. Let's look at in Santa Clara. The Santa Clara, when the market into March, there were 36 active listings and the median selling price is 1.478, okay? But the inventory pump up to in May for 55 active listings, but the average selling price go for 1.35. That's the average for in Santa Clara County, Santa Clara City, sorry. But after the situation, after the COVID happens 2-3 months, back into June, back into July, the market kind of tipping up in Santa Clara. So within July and August, the market go crazy in Santa Clara. The price gone from 1.5 to 1.535. That's the median selling price. We know the Santa Clara now the market is a hot area. I think that's mostly because that's a very entry level price range for the young millennials. We helped a few families fight for the property in Santa Clara within those 2 months. We got a win bid, but the thing is, it was not easy because the multiple offers everywhere happened in Santa Clara. And I think the price between 1.5 to 1.6 is very competitive price range that the property used to sell with multiple offers, and the bidding was crazy there. Okay, so the Santa Clara County is a good market, is a hot market to the seller, but it's a bad market to the young millennials, the first-time home buyer. So I want to show you with I want to show you the back into 3 years the data for single family home, the inventory compared with the median selling price. In 2018, you can tell when recession happens, we know 2018, the early of the year, the market was super hot. everything sold a crazy number. But then the market had a recession happened in June, so it has a big recession as the market changed. And after the recession happened, many sellers were afraid that recession would get worse, so they would prefer to sell the house as fast as they could. The market turns into 2019, the stock and the job market were stable, so the whole real estate market being more stabilized. Okay, so you can tell the inventory from the 2018, actually the inventory going up because the more seller want to sell their house. And then back into 2019, and the market for the price range actually is kind of being more stable. But in 2020, the 2020 is a very interesting year. So this year, actually right now we're not finished yet, but you can tell the inventory has dramatically dropped down, but the price went up a lot, actually even higher than 2018 when the market was high. Okay, so that's very good. So the average median selling price in 2018 was 1.329 in whole Santa Clara County, but now so far we only had 7,136 active listings by today on market Santa Clara County. So far, we only have more than 7,000 inventory property on market. Compared back into 2018, the whole market has almost 15,000. Okay, even more than triple. Double the inventory back in 2018. In 2019, we have 16,899 active listings on the market. But this year, we only have half. We have 7,136, which is a low inventory. And the price range compare 2018, the average selling price this year is 1.356. Okay, back in 2018 it was 1.329, and in 2019 it's 1.253. So you can tell actually 2020 the market picked up quite a lot. Talking about single family home, now I would like to discuss about the townhome. That's a very interesting. You see those numbers. I want you to see the chart. This chart starting from this year, January, all the way down to the August. You see the inventory starting from 312 in January and start slowly ticking up. In the last month, July, the whole Santa Clara County, the condo and townhome all together went for 681. Which is the highest during the year. But the selling price starting from early year in January, the median selling price for condominium and townhome, the average price is $839,500. But then that was starting from early of January. Normally the price tipping up during the year, especially in July, August, and the number should be higher than January. But now, after the COVID start in March, you can tell that the condo and townhome got hit always with something. If market happens something, the condo and townhome always the first thing drop the price. So back into the single family home, you can tell most single family home, the market see the price drop down happen in April and May. But look at the condo and townhome, they used to got the hit first time. So in March, after the COVID things happened, the whole market dropped down to $792,000, which is compared with early January, 839. The market went down quite a bit for almost like a 40K, more than 40K drop for average, okay? And then since the inventory getting more and more, and now by end of the August, the townhome now, the median selling price only go for 800K. townhome and condo, that's total. So you can see the price didn't went up, and the price actually goes down. So with the recessions happens or any like market change, we can tell the townhome and condo used to be the bad situation, like got hit the first time. Okay, so now let's move on to a major change that has recently been going on in the market, in the housing market. Single families are selling extremely fast, but townhome and condo are spending a longer time on market. I believe a lot of people will ask me why is this? Okay, so the current the health crisis has reshaped our lifestyles and our needs. Spending the extra time where we current life is making family reevaluate that home ownership means that they find like what they find most important in the home. So I want to show you the Google, sorry, I need to let me move on the things. Okay, so I want to show you this, the Zillow. In 2020, the home went from the place people return to after work, school, you know, hitting the gym or vacationing, to the place where family do all the above. For those who now spend the majority of their hours at home, there are a growing wish list of what they would change about their homes if necessary, okay, if possible. So well, there's 4 reasons people are looking for to extend their life situation. You know, from the work from home, you know, virtual schooling, home gym, something I think that's very important, that people now they can't go to gym because the outside gym they're closed. And in the outdoor space, that's the reason cause the single family home become more high in like high demands. We know, like especially for my house, like for our people we living at home, and my son used to go to the upstairs to having his school, and then I have to work in downstairs, and my husband have to work in the kitchen. So it's like I believe every family has the same situation. So people need a more space for living. That's why they more prefer having a single family home. Maybe they have more space and they own their private backyard. Living in a townhome and condo, you know, you're sharing the communities. Now the pool closed, the gymnastic house closed, the activity house closed. So people, they don't want to be crowded in a small area space. So they need more space. That's why, you know, the single family home being more high demands. I like talking about this now, the buyers. I would like to talk about a little bit more about standing on the buyer side. How's the home, the inventory, you know, with what we're seeing, the inventory is rising, and you know, what is the market gonna go to the buyers. So today there are simply not enough houses on the market for the number of buyers looking to purchase. And according the national, you know, the Association of Realtor, the total housing inventory at the end of June, total is only 1.57 million units, up 1.3% from May, but still down 18.2% from 1 year ago, which is 1.29 million. Okay, so if you're able to secure a home that you like, there is a huge peak for you. So especially also the historically the low mortgage rates. So now we aren't sure like how long they will last for this low the interest rates, but today's fixed mortgage rates is as low as around like 3%. You know, compare that to the 1980s when it was like almost like 12.7%, I remember. And you will see why everyone is or should be rushing to buy a home if they can right now. I just own a 4-plex in Sunnyvale, and like actually this morning I got the notice that the tenant bought a property in Sunnyvale, and they give us the 1 month notice they're leaving. So the rental market will become a very challenging because people more prefer to pay the mortgage instead of paying the rental. Okay. So as you see, the chart, buying a home in California has not been this affordable since 2017. I think that's the challenging issue for like, that's why the inventory is kind of low, because more buyers on the market buying homes. The competition out there is pretty, pretty bad. As this quote says that you have 10% more buying power right now, as you see, you have everything you need to buy a home. It's just harder to find a home because of the low inventory. So especially with the shelter in place, we also went through a period where you could not view a home in person, but luckily for you, that has changed. Open houses are back, but in a safe way. Okay, we're doing our open house now, but we have to put like open house by appointment or electronic check-in. So, and then every showings, people have to sign in the PED form, they have to by individual schedule, making appointment. It's a lot of work to agents, as quite a hassle, but we're get use of it, we're getting there. So the good thing is a buyer, when they enter the property, they have more private time to see the house better way. We have a lot of things can discuss inside a house without any like people walking around. But of course, the agent has more work because every showing have to be scheduled and individual by appointment. Okay, you can now look at the data and time a house is available to be shown, and you can schedule a private showing to look at the house, or you can do electronic check-in with your agent. And if you are still not comfortable with seeing a home in person, we also do virtual open house. I believe quite a few agents, they do virtual open house. We do like a 3D Matterport, which is it's an app online, so you can walk around the house, makes things a lot easier. There's still quite a few things that we can do helping our client. Even we can go down and take some videos and send the videos to our client to preview the house before they decided to go in. So that's for the buyer. So which is what I'm saying. There's a few way to help buyer to get into the house and see in person. But the bidding war out there and the inventory is low. I'm talking about single family home. For the buyer who buying in the condo and townhome, you have more negotiation power now. Yeah, because the inventory getting more and the townhome and condo market kind of slowing down a little bit. So if you are in that situation, that is good for you. But the people who buying with the school district and the nice area, single family home, you have to be prepared to getting the bidding out there. Okay, so talking about buyers now, I like to discuss about sellers. So single family home sellers, as I said, you are still in charge, okay? Demand is still high as ever, as inventory is low. A good time to enter the housing market is when the competition in your area is low, meaning there are fewer sellers than interested buyers. You do not want to wait for other homeowners to list their house, giving buyers more to choose from. So if you want to sell your house for the best possible price, now is the time to do so, okay? I want to share with you this, looking at this graphic, the red bar indicate the inventory of homes coming into the market continue to decline. It was low when we entered the pandemic and has reduced even further this year. So the single family home today are selling faster than they are being listed. That is increasing a even greater supply shortage. The lack of inventory has been a challenging situation for a while now, and with low mortgage rates fueling buyer demand, inventory is even harder for a buyer to find today. Because of the shortage, there are a lot more bidding wars. So the market is a great advantage for sellers and keeping home prices strong. the NAR, you know, they were saying home price rose during the lockdown and could rise even further due to the heavy buyers competition and the significant shortage of supply. As you see, I want to share with this. So as you see, of course, with COVID, our numbers are lower than 2019. But it could be worse. And in our next market, is like we're gonna just in our next market update webinar, we will see if the number has risen. So what are you seeing right now is the inventory compared to the quarter two, quarter second back into 2019, our inventory dropped down quite a lot. Okay, but how come the total actually the median sale price went up, so which is showing that the price the market with the low inventory, actually the selling price gone up, but the total selling price go for 3.92 billion, which is we want to see maybe some of the, because the data's from right now so far haven't completed the whole year, and also there will be we will see a rise of sellers and maybe some like cutthroat buyers demands. We are like the forecast to finish 2020 with continued growing strengths. Sales are predicted to remain strong out of 2020 and into 2021, and mortgage rates are predicted to stay low, leaving a lot of opportunity for buyers. We of course will revisit everything in our like a fourth quarter webinar, but for now, be assured that single family home market is still staying strong. So the total numbers is not only for the single family home. That's why you see the billings, the 3.92 billions compared with last year, the second quarter. But I would say the price range for the townhome and condo actually went down quite a bit, but the single family home with the low inventory, the price went up quite a bit. Okay, so this is the average of the total numbers compared last quarter, second quarter, and this year. I mean, we can tell the price didn't went down, but the inventory went down, so caused the total numbers go down. Okay, and the last one I want to share is the U.S. housing market has held its ground impressively this year, despite the economic fallout of the pandemic. Okay, so in conclusion of, if you are a buyer, it's going to take some extra work to find a home, so you're going to need a very good realtor. If you're a seller, you have an advantage. A good realtor can set up a strategy plan for you to make the most money for you, the housing sale. Okay, and that is all for this month's webinar, and I hope I was able to relieve some stress. And now if there are any questions, I will answer them. If you haven't yet, please just ask your question in the comment or chat section, and I will answer them. If someone would like to discuss something with me after the webinar, I'm happy to. You can either just email me at Renna@rennashee.com, or you can just go to my website and left a message, or text me at 650-823-8003. Okay. We're here every day, 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. So we're very happy to help you. Everyone good? Oh, there's one question. Someone is typing, so let me see. So Mikado asks if he can re-listen and watch later. Just tell him yes, and we will be posting this on Facebook. Yeah, yes, we will. We will post this webinar on the Facebook. So people, if you want to re-watch it, you're fine. Oh, someone had asking more questions. So condo vs single family home for first time home buyer. What's that mean? I'm sorry, I'm not really understand. What's that mean? The condo via single family home for first time home buyers. Is your question saying for first time home buyers, should they buy condo or should they buy single family home? Well, of course, I'm not sure it's what exactly the question. I'm just assuming that's your question. Say, if being a first time home buyer, should you buy condo or should you buy single family home? Okay, here's the thing. It really depends on, first, of course, buying a home based on your budget, your family needs, your goal, what you want to be, why you're buying. We used to offer a first time home buyer consultation. It's go for an hour and a half to 2 hours to talk about your needs. Based on your needs, we will give you suggestions. Should you buy a condo or should you buy a single family home? And also depends on your buying power. This is kind of a lot of topic we need to discuss during the consultation. I can't just give you the exactly answer now because I don't know what's your needs and I don't know your budget. So, but we definitely can schedule a private Zoom call to go over with your needs and my suggestions and the market as well. So we can starting from there. Send me an email or text me your name and your number. I'm happy to schedule a Zoom call. The Zoom call doesn't have to be today, doesn't have to be during the day. We run the Zoom call for our clients after dinner, even in the evening, like after 6, or we can do during the lunch, even during the weekday or weekend, we're fine. Just let me know your time and we can work on it. So another question, do you think single family home stays strong in early 2020 into 94087? Good question. I can't predict the market. I wish I was a crystal ball. I used to tell every people when they're asking for the things that's gonna be happen a year later. I don't know what the market will be in 2020, but based on the data right now, the showing, okay, 94087 Sunnyvale has a very strong demand. The inventory compared in the past 2 years was extremely low. I would say as long as the stock market stays strong and the inventory keep low as what we have right now, I was thinking, yes, the market will continually doing well. But again, I can't predict the market. I don't know when the inventory will change. Sometimes the stock market, usually in Bay Area, the stock market is the key to to control, to affect the real asset market. In 2018, we know why the market has the recession, because the stock market crashed. And then even so now, even with the COVID things affect, the COVID doesn't affect the real estate market too badly, because the stock market stays so strong. People, they have a stable income, they don't need to go to the office to work, but they have affordability to buy house with, buy nice area, buy good houses. So the market still has a high demand for the good neighborhood. Any other question? Okay, looks like no more question, but back into the 94087, someone asking the question, I have one more thing I want to talk about it. For the person who asked the question is it the Sunnyvale 94087, the market will still stay strong in the early 2021. I will say this, being a seller, please ask yourself the question, do you really need to wait, and how long you would like to wait? Okay, this is a question I can't answer for you because I don't know what is your family plan. If you are waiting to stay in the area for another 3-4 years, maybe you can wait because you don't really have the urgent to sell. And no one knows what the market gonna be after 3-4 years later. But if you prefer to sell either now or next year, what I can tell you is I don't know what the market will be go higher next year, will be go lower next year. But I know right now the market, everything doing so well in 94087, and things sell fast and sell high with multiple offers. If you are a seller, think about selling, putting your house on the market next year, why don't think about putting house on the market this year if you're ready? Okay, well, of course, if you're not ready, then there's some topic, but how to getting your house ready on the market, there is another topic we can talk about. If you like a private conversation with me, I'm happy to. We have a plan, and we also have the strategy telling seller how we can get your house on the market ready and fast, and how we get it prepared and shows well. There's some strategy to do so. Reach out to me through the email or text me with your number. I'm happy to have a private conversation with you. And the last question, for single family homes, how much is needed for a down payment? Oh, that's for buyer question. Okay, so right now the market, I know, depends on which lender you work with. Some of the lenders, they have the minimum down payment for 25%, but the average right now, the market for purchasing, the average will be 20%. Yeah. We also have the buyer who made an offer for 15%. It really depends on the situation that the bidding will. If you are bidding with the multiple offers and there were, the cash offers, I believe like less than 20%, your offer is not strong enough to show. Even we offer the first time buyer consultation that's including this kind of topic. Even you have more down payment, but you're not waiting to put that more, it doesn't mean you can show your down payment as much as you have, but you don't have to really make the final decision before you can wait until before you're closing. So that's something that we some strategy we can do. But of course, finding a right lender is very important for you being a buyer to secure a transaction can be closed. And lower down payment is that there's a taking risk if your appraisal couldn't appraise up to your purchase price. It may affect your closing. So that's a issue. Make sure talking to the right realtor and give you the right suggestion, working with the lenders, solid lender who secure a transaction to be closed. Okay, so any more questions? Okay, great. So looks like we answered most of the questions, but thank you so much for spending time with me this evening. And we will run the monthly webinar to update the client for the market, the activities. And if you have any question related to your buying or selling, I'm happy to help. Please just send me the private email to Renna@rennashee.com. And my number is 650-823-8003. And I love to help you and work with you. Thank you, and see you next time.